What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to be talking about buying crested geckos. As many of you know, crested geckos are now available in Petco's, pet supermarkets, and PetSmarts. But sometimes this is not the best option. Geckos in these stores could be malnutritioned, they could be stressed by the lighting, because most stores they always put the lighting even though they don't need it. And sometimes the employees, they might not be interested in the animals, so they could care less about their health and care. So just listen to these tips on buying crested geckos, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so when you guys buy crested gecko, you should always take a look at the animal before you buy it. Make sure that it looks plump, that it looks hydrated, obviously that it's active. Sometimes you'll see animals that don't have their tails, or they might have their tail nipped. This doesn't mean the animal is not healthy or anything like that. Most crested geckos tend to lose their tails sometimes in their life, so don't be scared off. What you should watch out for is that it doesn't look infected, that it's all the toes are there, the eyes aren't sunk in, it doesn't seem to be lethargic. These are all tips that you should take in consideration. You should look at the animals. When you buy it from somebody or from a pet store or whatnot, you should always ask what they feed it, and just to make sure that the animal is under good care. Make sure they're getting fed the Crested Gecko diet or the Pangea fruit mix, Vicky's Big Fat Gecko diet. Those are all good options. Always make sure that the animal doesn't have any type of pimples or cysts of any kind. You want to be very careful with these things, because if you have any other geckos and you buy an animal that may be infected or sick, you could spread it to your colony or any other geckos that you might have. What I recommend is always buying from a breeder. Usually breeders know what they're doing, and they care a little bit more about their animals than a pet store would, because the employees, they're probably not into the reptiles, they're just doing their job and they don't really care about the health and well-being of the animal. So again, if you're gonna buy from a breeder, there's always reptile shows around your area that you could go to and check out different variety of animals, and you could also buy them online. Most breeders do ship. The way we do it is, you would buy an animal, we will schedule a shipment for next day. So let's say I would send it today on Monday, you would get it tomorrow Tuesday, usually in the morning, and the animal would be fine. Depending on the temperatures, there shouldn't be any problem. Usually I like to ship anywhere in between 40 degrees to 85 at the highest, and that should be fine. Another little tip I would give anybody trying to get into crested geckos is that don't rush into it. Take your time to get informed about these animals. They're very hardy animals, but with that being said, if you don't know the proper care, they could die. As you can see, they're very small and fragile. As they grow up, they become a little hardier, but you should always look for what's best for the animal and you as a keeper. Yeah, well, what I advise is to, before you get it, do a couple hours of research and make sure the research is legitimate. There's always forums or books that you could read. Don't always listen to the people in YouTube. Sometimes they don't have the best of advice. Another thing is, make sure you guys have the enclosure and all the branches or fake plants already bought. You don't want to rush in and buy it at the last minute when you already have the gecko, and you might be holding the gecko in a small container. It could stress it out. Have the food already. Usually they won't eat. Usually they won't eat in the first couple days just because they're stressed. And I usually recommend not handling the animals until you see them start to eat. The best way to tell if they're eating or not is just to look for poop. If you see poop, then they're eating. It's as simple as that. Sometimes a lot of people call me and tell me that they don't see any dents on the food dish, and it's because they eat very little. As you can see, these are very small animals. They don't eat not even a fourth of what their body weight is, so at this age it's gonna be very hard to see the final outcome of a food plate that's been already eaten. Like I said, guys, if you guys are interested in looking in a crested gecko, like I said, guys, if you guys are interested in buying a crested gecko, then you might want to look at any of the local reptile shows that you may have in your area, or contact a breeder. That's always the best way, in my opinion. That's how I started, and that's a lot of the people I know started, because breeders usually have the most experience and they care the most about the animals. Contact a breeder. If you buy from a breeder that's not in your state, you're probably going to get a shipping charge of around $50 to $60, depending on how big the breeder is. And the animals will always be higher quality. Yep, so that's about it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer. Alright, folks. So if you're not part of this forum yet, hop on it. Make sure that you go to PangeaReptiles.com, or excuse me, PangeaReptile.com. You click on the link for forums, and you check out the forums, man. These forums are great, filled with a lot of information, a lot of nice geckos. And yeah, man, get involved with the Crested Gecko people. It's always fun, and it's a great place to talk to people that might have some experience if you have any questions, or just share your experiences or your photos. So yeah, PangeaReptiles.com. Alright, guys, so I just ran down on some of the basics of buying crested geckos, what you should look for and who you should look for. If you have any questions, please comment below. I might be missing some things. I know I make these videos sometimes in a small amount of time, so I don't get to think of everything. But let me know what you want to know, and feel free to send me emails at tikisgeckos@live.com. If you have any questions, about purchasing an animal, and I'll be happy to help. Another thing, I'm gonna be starting to do a showcasing of some of the animals for sale every month or so, just to see what kind of reaction I get. And just be a little 10-second clip of 3 animals I have for sale. And if you guys are interested, just comment, or better yet, email me, and we could take care of that. Thank you, guys. Also, the information for the geckos I'll be showcasing will be in the description below. Take a look at it. I'll give you the code of the animal and the morph so you can identify it. If you are interested in the animal or have any questions, just email me with the code of that certain animal. Okay, guys? Thank you.